1 minute in, you guys can hear me, and might be a little delayed from the YouTube live section. You guys can hear me, and might be a little delayed. Okay, I'm just going to wait for 1 more minute before we get started. And I appreciate you guys being here, whether watching live or watching replay. And I'm going to get my, hold on. I should need to make sure, yes, record. And I need to share my screen. That's right. Okay. Hope you guys can see my screen now. And my name is Ruby. If you are new here and never heard of me, I'm Ruby. Today we're going to talk about our heal our inner child and how that affecting us as adulthood life right now. So, but before we get into that, I just want to introduce myself in 30 seconds because who are you going to think about listen to this lady for about 1 hour? So I'm Ruby, I'm a mindset coach. I help women from traditional or growing up a high pressure family heal their inner self worth and stop people pleasing, setting a boundary, and building the confidence for themselves to choose the career and relationship they desire for a long time. So I overcome the chronic pain, depression, and emotional. Hold on, I need to turn the music off. I forget about it. Sorry about that. So let's go back again. And so I overcome my depression 7 years ago since I moved from Taiwan to US. And because there's a lot of culture shock, a lot of learning new things, and during that time I do not know how to express myself. So there's a lot of emotion piled up in my body. So it create a lot of chronic pain. And so I spend all this year to reprogram my nervous system and my subconscious pattern to help me land a dream job I really love as a programmer. And then I slowly grow up because I really enjoy doing mindset things. So I become a mindset coach. So I help women to reconnect their inner child, set a boundary, and without the guilt. And we are going to share some science aspect of the mindset part and nervous system. So we're just going to combine woo and science kind of together. So if you enjoy those woo kind of thing, how the spiritual things work, then this is will be your treat. But for some people really require logical mind and evidence or research backup to then like step into a new um pattern or new routine, then this is also could be good for you. Okay, so the word inner child contaminate intimacy in the relationship because we replay our childhood script with our partners, friends, and coworker. This is from the author John Bradshaw, Home Becoming, Reclaiming, and Champion Your Inner Child. So I just want to pause this just a little bit. And okay, I cannot see the chat here. Let me double check if I can see the chat in the YouTube. Okay, making sure. And so I just want to pause a minute to think about any particularly things recently triggering you. And since I work with a lot of women, and when we're going through a session, and every time we ask about what is triggering you, what do you sense that sensation coming from? A lot of times it coming from chest, stomach, or throat. And then we go trace back for when this is your first time have that sensation. And a lot of time they talking about childhood. Talking about the story when they grow up. So that's why it's so important to us to find the root cause for that emotion starting to build up. And hold on, why is it not going the next way? So the common emotional trigger as an adult is very common thing I see with the client I've been working with. There's a part of 1 second. Oh, sorry. I'm just stretching my leg. It's a common thing about if you have a mean coworker at work and then bother you so much every time they get into your nerve, and then you just kind of ruin your day. And there's also a thing of there's a micromanage boss like to keep checking on you, ask how your status is, look off your shoulder. And all this common thing happen a lot of time we tracing back is because the mean coworker actually the triggering you because in the childhood you have a friend or when you have an event, you get excluded from maybe a party or birthday party or some kind of uh party you didn't get included and you feel like you get left out. And that emotion still within you. So every time that mean coworker remind you that mean classmate did not invite you to the party and invite everyone else and then you felt that abandoned, that emotion is like piling up. And for the micromanage boss, it could remind you to you keep constantly trying to get approval from either your parents or your teacher during when you like young age. Just pause a minute and kind of think about all those kind of emotion and currently we have and link to a childhood. I want to make an example for comparison. Hello, hello, Luxon. The comparison about feeling not good enough, I remember particularly there's a time when I was drawing, my sister and I love to draw. And then my neighbor would come over to our house and then basically just like sit around, have the other kids, basically the kid play around so the adult can do their thing. So I was drawing and showing my mom. And my mom saying directly to my neighbor, say, big sister, my other sister drawing better. She just basically make that comment, unconsciously. And why in that moment I can think, oh, I thought I draw pretty well. I spent quite some time to draw this one, and that comment is kind of hurt me. So, and and I remember that particular moment because when the high school and college, I was in fashion design, and every time there's a competition coming, and I always felt like, should I go or should I not go? Because I'm probably not going to win anyway. And there's a bunch of experience during the high. I joined the drawing competition. I always get like maybe uh enrollment reward instead of top three. And that experience just keep piling up, making me feel like not good enough. And then slowly, I actually find the root cause from during the meditation and all the self-healing journey. And I'm gonna talk about fear of abandonment. I work with one lady. She actually, uh, parents when during grow up is actually addict. So a lot of time when she growing up, she actually don't have a parent, a mother and father figure with their childhood. So a lot of time she just try to f find a way to get when when she's hunger, she need to find a way to get her food, and the fridge is like sometimes empty, and then sometimes she need to like go to neighbors or go to the friend's house and find a way to get the food because the parents is not always there for them. And during the session, she find out a lot of time as her adulthood, she worry about her relationship getting abandoned. And during that relationship, afraid abandon caused her to sacrifice herself a lot more, not share what she need, not express herself about how she felt because she worried that relationship would be ended because she started to like express herself. So all this time she like basically just do whatever the kind of the guy wants. He can plan the date, and then when you go out to eat, just say, "Oh, whatever you recommend." So she a lot of times she just like saying whatever the other person prefer because the fear of abandonment still with her all this time. Okay. And we're going to talk about how we can like address those kind of things later on, but I just want to say common trigger thing we have been seeing as adult. Okay. What is my keyboard not working? Next one is rejection. Feeling deeply hurt by small criticism being left out. That's what I mentioned. Like your friends not inviting you to an event, and you feel like, did I do something wrong, or what's wrong with me? They are not inviting me. When you was a kid, you didn't know better, and a lot of time you get to your analytical mind and will come and jump in to protect you, say, "Oh, I must do something wrong. That's what causing it to do something." And which is we're going to have a lot of like emotion coming up when the friends and coworker in the adulthood life if they not inviting you or not including you like a chat thread or specifically group event, you feel like you are not part of the team, and it's also will connect to the abandonment. And we're going to talk about the next one, over responsibility. One of my other clients also growing up as a traditional family. Their family mom is a doctor, and because she is a busy mom doing all her like pursuing her own career. And father, I forgot the career. Also, it's I believe it's a medical professional too. And basically don't have a lot of time in the house. And she is the second oldest in the household. So the parents usually will tell her, say, go take care of the sister, be the good model. And if she going to say something like, hey mom, can you just stay one day with us and just want to have fun or something like that. And mom will always say, like, I do this because I need to take care of you guys. I need to make money. So what you expect, all this food, education, all the things bring onto the table. And and then she felt guilt from asking her mom to stay in one day. And because as a child, you always want the love from your parents. So no matter your parents tell you to do, you basically be obedient because if you listen to it, you get reward from attention, affection, and that's how the mind rewire to say, oh, okay, if I listen to them, I will get reward. So she take up the mother role for their basically for their sibling, and basically take care of the house chore and cooking the meal. after they get out of school, become a mother figure, but she later on forget about how much she actually need that mother role when she was in childhood. She need to fulfill that because she keep pouring out all the need, but she didn't fill the cup for herself. Hope that makes sense. Let me pause 1 second, making sure I don't miss any comments. And okay, good, 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 good. Okay, just double checking, make sure I'm not just keep talking. And around self-expression, hold back the truth and creativity out of fear of being too much. This is a story of mine. Hold on, do you need something? Story of mine because when I was a kid, I have a name being crybaby. I was basically watching TV show, movie when there's a dog dying, I will be crying like tear all on my face. And if there's a scary movie like bury people alive, I would basically have hard time to go to sleep. And then when I asked my mom, mom can like basically say, can I sleep with you? Because I'm scared. And then when I get older and older, she basically said, you cannot do that anymore. You are like 7 or 8 now. You're not supposed to sleep with the parents anymore. And also, there's a time I try to express myself. I do not want to go to cram school because cram school has so many people in there I don't know, and I feel very stressful. And after half a year, I secretly write a letter to my parents and say, can I not go to the cram school anymore? Because I just really don't like the environment. It stresses me out. So I thought if I'm being good, and they would just let me off the hook and say, okay, fine, your grades like get improved, then basically, okay, let me not go on. But instead of then addressing how my emotion, they are laughing about the letter I write to them in an open family occasion when we doing a household cleaning for New Year. And that's the time I know I am not safe to share my difficulty emotion to my parents because they did not know how important and how deeply connect with me. And it's not because just happened one time, it's happened multiple times. And that's why I learned it's not safe for me to express myself, ask for help. And even your closest family not helping you during that difficult time as a child, then who can you ask for? Because the one you actually trust make a joke for when you say, hey, I really, really do not want to go there. Then as a child, you really don't know how to be better. And so you basically just say, "Oh, okay, fine, I'll just keep it for myself instead then." And we're going to talk about the other one is avoid conflict. If your parents fight quite often when you was a child, and you also learn if you need to be good, otherwise they're going to have other fight. And because you don't want to be in between your parents, so you will try to avoid those conflict. And you will see that really sorry, often in the adulthood as the like friend gathering. When we try to decide what restaurant to eat, and they mention some other restaurant, you are totally don't like it at all. But you don't want to get into like argument or something, so you say, yeah, yeah, that's totally fine. And you just keep doing that over and over again because you do not want to get into the awkward position and then remind you as a child you between your parents. Does that sound familiar? Okay. Then we're going to talk about how the childhood patterns still affecting you today. This is I want to or like basically most of the pattern kind of linked together, and that's the four big category. People pleasing is a survival strategy. No matter what people say, hold on. No matter what people say, people pleasing is just, oh, sorry. People pleasing is not a survival strategy. I will suggest you to think again. And if you remember you being obedient, being helpful, being good for the parent, you get reward from your parent or teacher, peers. And that's the deep root pattern we've been learning for, okay, if I make other people happy, I'm getting the reward. I will be included. I will be loved. Is that, oops, does that sound familiar? Second one is fear and failure or success. If you, as a child, often get compared from your sibling, cousin, whoever the family, I remember my mom always like to say, Uh, your cousin is doing so good. My aunt's, my aunt's, yes, my aunt's kids always do very good at school. And sometimes they get scholarships. They got top like three. They get scholarship. So she always like to brag about how they so smart and they can go to public school, college. And public school is good thing in Taiwan. Private schools usually, because you have a little lower grade as the thing, because uh the government actually take really good care of the public school teacher. They got really good benefit. So a lot of good teacher actually go to public school. But private school sometimes know that will hire the public school teacher and pay them better. So it's kind of like mix and match thing. But I remember they always talk about, oh, how smart they are. And they go to medical school, their grade can go to medical school and just kind of simulate, I need to go to medical school. You trying to say something? Is it that sentence behind that have any hidden meaning? That's my analytical mind's like kind of jumping and then just kind of blocking me to pursue something I feel like, hey, this is what I really want. Is it if I doing this, would I get judgment from the parent? And if I fail to pursue this, will I get even more judgment or shame from the parent or from the friend? That is also a very common thing. Number three is difficult receive love, rest, or help. Like I mentioned before, my parents are laughing about I'm writing a letter, express a difficult time of when I was sixth grade. And since it's repeatedly joking about it, and I learned I'd not safe to express myself with my family. And if family is the closest thing you trust, are not even safe for you to express, then who can you ask for help then? And then you have a difficulty for like release that emotion. If you're grown up as a over caring kids like need to pour to help out your sibling, you also will have a hard time to receiving love because you are constantly knowing you need to give, and then maybe you might get percentage back from your parent, and the balance is not there, but the pattern is locked in. And then we are going to talk about overthinking, guilt, and shame. You rehearse the conversation in your head over and over again because you worry it could be wrong, you might look stupid, or it might get some judgment from others. So you rehearse and making sure you won't make a mistake so you can look good. And how much energy is that costing you to do that? And like to apologize. That's actually, I think it's also a common theme for Asian culture because when you it's a thing like you need to be polite. So a lot of time we like to say thank you, I'm sorry, really often. And as a woman, you also get teach by you need to like be polite, be nice. And so we apologize a lot as a deep rooted pattern as a survival skill. Feeling like a burden for having need. And if your parents like already have really difficult time when they're raising a kid, and then if you feel like you want to like pursue something might cost I remember I want to pursue fashion design, and in college they want me to do like computer science or English major so I can go to big company, be an accountant or something. And then they want me to they just basically say, "Fashion design, are you kidding me? Or what are you going to do when you graduate?" And there's not much field in Taiwan anyway. They all moved to China. And then I'm just and also by that by all those common, and it's not particularly made me easier for decide what I want to do when I'm in college. And I also know doing fashion design going to cost a lot of money because the material also is the capital city in Taiwan, and the rent going to cost a lot of money to live there, eating and like book, resource, all those things going to add up. As you grow up, you have financial difficulty in the family, you always worry that will cause a burden. So you just rather sacrifice all your need instead because you don't want to hurt them. You don't want already make the situation even harder and carry the shame when nothing is wrong. That's also very similar about apologize constantly because you are learning if you apologize, you're the polite one, you're the nice one, and even you are not particularly doing something wrong in this situation. One second. Okay. When we are a child, we don't get traumatized because we fall, scrape our knee. We get traumatized because we are alone with the pain. This is from Gabbard Mate, MD. His bestseller book is the myth of the normal trauma illness and healing in a toxic culture. He basically can predict you have illness or not by a session how much like suppressed emotion you have. And he see a lot of women have like illness instead of men. It's it's kind of odd to think about because I think women good about express ourselves in a woman's group. Like we gather complain things, complain boyfriend, complain husband or something. But a lot of time we suppress our actual need and emotion because we get teach by that. Especially you growing up the traditional culture, raise a family. The family is the most important one. Your need doesn't really matter. That's how I grew up. My mom would cook all this meal, spend hours in the kitchen, and when the meal is finally done, she's not the one actually eating with us. She actually still cleaning the kitchen, and then my father and my brother and my grandfather will kind of start jumping to start eating, not even waiting for my mom. And then it basically she after she finished cleaning up the kitchen, everyone basically is done. And she basically have kind of leftover. And when I was a kid, I didn't know better. I just thought, oh, that that is that's what women do. That's like marriage do. And I mean, when I get older, I do help clean up the kitchen to so we can make it faster to eat together. But you constantly see that when you was a kid, and then your brain constantly learning, oh, that's what my parents do. I guess that's normal. So as a woman, we sacrifice a lot to put other ones in need, especially if a mother, you have a child, because child cannot take care of themselves, and then you constantly importing to take care of them. But your needs not getting met and there's an emotion like tightness within you. If you don't address those, don't relieve those, very easy cause illness and mental mental illness within you. Definitely suggest you to look into his work. I joined his workshop like multiple times, and he may also mention traumatized people like to go hang out with traumatized people. It's called trauma bonding because that has a similarity, and when you gather together, we feed those like trauma emotion together and make us feel safe. And that's not going to help you to release actually traumatized. And you also will notice a lot of people has grown up and they still like to gather around talking about college time. And college I mean, this not it's not a judgment, not a bad thing sometimes, but sometimes they talk about college time, all their good and bad time together because that's the way how they can feed that relationship. If they talking about something else as they grow up as a parenthood life, that relationship will be gone. And that's a thing to talk about, to think about. Is this particular relationship only based on that particular event of us only? Okay, we're going to talk about how we can start healing our inner child. Way to start healing. For first one, guided meditation is the first thing that helped me to get out my depression. I know a lot of people going to jump in and say, I hate meditation. Well, I don't blame you because in the beginning of the meditation, I'm saying, sitting here closing my eyes and then just listen to music, it's boring. I cannot do this so many days. Come on, give me something else. But I gotta say, after 7 days, I was totally hooked because I feel so much better. If you remember in the beginning, I have depression 7 years ago, and I also that emotion caused like emotional pain. My right shoulder like have really intense pain and also give me migraine, hard to breathe. I was not able to go to sleep, and I will wake up really often at midnight. So it's kind of like a bad cycling around. So you didn't sleep enough, your body didn't recover, and next day you are tired the heck, and then your body still feel pain again, you didn't sleep well, you didn't rest well, and then just repeat the same thing over and over again. And I remember a lot of time I actually get so bad headache and nauseous, I would throw up. And it was just like so painful. And that time I do not have like uh since I just moved here, I do not have really good medical insurance, so I cannot afford to see doctor. And I cannot just like go see a psychiatrist, all those kind of things. I just need to figure out how to work to get like my pain. And I try like basically all the thing I can try. I even try to use like tennis ball. Yeah, tennis ball. So just roll it around in my back and in the under the ground just to kind of roll to release that tension on my right shoulder. It will work like 5 to 15 minutes, and then that's coming back again. And I was just kind of thinking, oh, I seriously try. Sometimes I would do take painkiller because if I got to work and then the pain is causing so much, it could cause me to throw up, then I am taking the painkiller. But I was thinking, if I don't find the way or root cause and I cannot afford it, the insurance, what other thing I can do? Meditation is the one thing actually helped me because I was in the meditation. During the meditation, if you relax your mind, your brain wave, and not inside your physical body, you actually don't feel pain anymore. And during that time, I realized that pain I don't need to live with any longer. And in the meditation, I also get download from I need to release all those anger from my parent. I need to release all those suppressed emotion, not be able to ask for help. And if you remember, my parents joke about one night asking for help, and all my family just laugh. Basically, you want to hide in the bedroom and cry, and that emotion need to release because it was so dense and heavy with my body, and my body is telling me, hey, there's something going on with your body. You either need to release it, or I'm just going to keep showing you the sign until you cannot even ignore it. And that is the meditation actually helped me. So we could do like a short one in the beginning, like 2 to 3 minutes, and then increase your length to 10 and 20, because I know most of the time people have hard time to stay like attention uh circle or time frame is much shorter right now. So just try 2 in the beginning, and then add into 5, and then to 10, and then to 20. Slowly increase. As long you building that habit and get into that state, you actually craving to do meditation. You actually craving during the day, you're thinking, oh, before I go to bed, I would like to do that because it's truly feeling great with your body. You coming back to your true self. And that's why it helped me so much during my depression. So I hope that going to help you. And we're actually going to do a little uh like meditation after this. And then understand your pattern. Recognize the things, behavior, things triggering you. Keeping in the journal is going to help you to find what is the root cause. If you're just going to keep letting it happen and happen again, I promise you, I'm seriously promise it, it's just going to keep happening again. If you don't know this and put your attention on awareness, what is this happening? It's just going to keep showing up because I live there. They keep just showing up to tell me, "Hey, there's something you need to look into it." Number three is what can I learn from this? There's a challenge in coming up, like things triggering you, and they're like, I am not enough. I must earn love, or I must get approval from someone else so I can do the next step. I can pursue something else. Then I want you to take a pause to think about what can I learn from this? What is this I am not enough thinking coming from? And what is getting me? There's there's a reason we have the thought. And there's a reason the thoughts benefit sorry, benefit us to have that thought. You just want to say, I am not enough. Okay, if you say I am enough, what's the emotion coming out to you? It's like heavy, uh very dense, or actually make your gut like shrink a little bit. And then I want to ask you, I am not enough, then what did you get from it for thinking about it? Just pause a second. You're not pursuing it. Say, okay, I'm just not going to do it. And what do you do when you're not doing it? You're not getting the lesson. You're not getting the failure. You're not getting the judgment, critiques from other people. So that's a lot of time when we say a lot of thing in our mind, and even though it's negative thought, but there's actually behind there's a benefit of self-protectivism to keep us safe, stay in comfort zone. So we don't take the risk ourselves. And I want you to actually pay attention those thoughts coming up and then how we can transform to a positive one and learning from it. Everyone will be different, but the common thing I can see is I'm not enough. I not worth it, deserve for certain amount of money, love, or something, particularly in their life. And then I want to kind of look into what is this star actually getting for you, getting from. There is a reason we have those thoughts. Okay. And if you can do this daily, it's going to improve so much and help you your general mental health and relationship with your surrounding. Self-care routine, develop a morning routine if you can, definitely. Starting to have like a 2 minutes meditation. Just put in the sound on when you brush your teeth, and then kind of since you know how to brush your teeth already, right? It's like a muscle memory. Put in the sound on, brush your teeth, and then listen to that meditation. And then 2 minutes, you rinse out, and then bring you to a better state of mind to start your day. Second one is create a like emotion release. Journaling and drawing is always helping me. I also remember because that time I cannot express my emotion, I actually using craft as express myself. That's why I'm so deeply in love design and pursue a fashion design degree in college because that's the way I can release that emotion and express it through fabric, through the paper, through the art. That's way how I communicated during that time. So keep a journal with you. I always have a journal. I always have a journal with me. I'm actually a journal addict. And so I always write things down. Like if I have really bad day or something like just keep bothering me a lot, I will write the things down. And when you write things down, you actually also release that emotion to the paper. Otherwise, they're going to keep repeating on your brain over repeat again, again. And then the third one, guided not meditation, visualization. Practice meditation and find you. Oh, we're gonna do that. Find the younger self. Basically, talk to your younger self. What is your younger self feel needed, but you didn't get it when you were younger? And I want to make sure that everyone knows, like, try this workshop is not blame your parents, not blame any parents doing like, oh, I'm just going to say, yeah, my parents didn't take care of my need, and then just kind of close the chapter and say, okay, this is my parents' fault. It's not that. It's because we all know they do the best they can. And they could also grow up as a traumatized kid. So they are passing down their pattern to you. So if you do end this pattern right now, you are going to pass down to your children, or you're going to leak it to that emotion to the close one in your surrounding. And I promise you that because it's going to happen. And either you're going to see you have similar friends have traumatized experience, or you have friends going to drop out because they are not going to handle this if you don't heal yourself. That just the hard truth. Okay. And I want you to create a safety place for your surrounding, going to improve and help you for your self-healing journey. I like to have like really beige, neutral color interior uh furniture in the house. Even my clothing, I like just like earth tone color because I felt connected to it. And some people don't, which is totally fine. Some people like really colorful, like really pattern, really flowery to express the color theme there. That's totally fine. If you prefer that, go for it. That's what drawn to you. Do that. But in my current position, I really love earthy tone. So every time I get back to the house, I see the earthy tone. That just help me to calm down. And that just made me feel like I'm safe. I'm being held by my the house. And I also like the soul lamp. If you have soul lamp, I think it's only like $20 on Amazon. And when it's nighttime, when they light it up, it's just like a really subtle bright orange in the middle, and then radiant out to the wall. It made me feel so safe and like create that ambiance, and just like help you like slowing down and getting ready to bed. I love that. So I hope you can also do that, and whichever make you feel safe in the house. There's a color study. Some color make you feel safe and calm. Like people like the blue. That's why the ocean, people go to the ocean and they generally feel more calm. And so there's a relationship with our color. And if you're interested, we're going to dive in those things more in Awaken Her program. And that's why I choose an earthy tone. If you're going to choose like really bright red and like basically warning color, that might trigger you when you even coming home. But if it's not triggering you, I would say go for it. And second one is predictable routine. Establish the daily pattern that create a sense of security and stability. We are a human being, love a predictable same routine because that make us feel safe. Just like when you put it, like when you drive from home to your work, you driving so often now, and now you don't even need to put GPS on, right? But one day, when you're driving to the work or driving home to back home, you find one road closed, and then they're going to route you out to different place. Then all of a sudden you get nervous because you don't know the different route anymore because you always taking the same route over and over again. So if they can take you to a different route, you're going to almost like have a little anxiety that, okay, what if they take me to a bad neighborhood? What if things happen in there? Or what if I get lost? Something going to happen. But that's why something. That's why we are a human being, right? Same thing over and over again, and that's why it's so hard to change when there's a thing coming up, and then you will say, "Okay, okay, that's not safe. I'm not going to do that." But if you can create a healthy daily routine like meditation, yoga, journaling to help you express those emotions out is definitely going to help you for heal your inner child. I have so many journal, and I'm probably going to share a little bit more in my social media, like a couple screenshot what I write. And then sometimes you go back to look at it and say, "Oh, what did I have that crazy thought?" And that's how you know you grow. And number three, clear your boundary. Set up a healthy limit relationship and communicate better for your needs is going to help. I don't go to party clubs anymore. Even the friends want to invite me, I won't go those event. And because I know those loud noise is not helping for me, and a lot of time nighttime club is going to have some like fight, and I'm uh very sensitive of emotion. So if I go to a big surrounding place, I can sense people's emotion and that drain me. So travel is actually hard for me. Big social event is also hard for me. I absolutely love like small group. My birthday always event. Always prefer small group, like 3 to 4. That's the max. My wedding, I also just want the max is 10. Just the close family, friends. I will be happy. That's what I like. And if you notice there's a thing you keep giving and then keep getting taken and not feeling that part, then there's a time for you to set out the boundary, say, hey, I can do that for you. I cannot do that this time. And you need to keep yourself balanced because the more balance you feel, easier for you to pay attention your whole body and easier to heal yourself. Okay? Oh, my thing blocking. Okay. And the outcome of heal your inner child. Let me move my little thing because blocking my text. This is doing the research. If the people really need logical mind to say, well, come on, inner child is just like some kind of myth. But it is actual research about 86% of the same improve their relationship, showing inner child healing significantly enhance their ability and secure attachment and maintain a healthy connection with others. During my health healing journey, I would definitely say my relationship with my husband's getting better because I feel more safe to express myself. We communicate better, and there's less uh less anxious to express, and knowing creating that safe relationship we can both balance out our thought and need, which is it's very important. Everything is like kind of need to have a balance. Otherwise, it get wacky, right? And reduce your anxiety. Three-quarter of individual practice inner child work report decrease anxiety level, improve their emotional regulation. Can you imagine if we all do this when we was a child? If we have like mental health class when we're in elementary school, how much a better life it will help for the society. I always question that why do we not having that in the school? I don't think it's a budget issue. I think it's because mental health is always getting ignored and we are easier to get manipulated from the society. So we just like keep you inside the system for a while because the more you aware your thought and you will usually pursue something it's benefit for you and the whole surrounding. That's just one of my thought. I'm curious what your thought is. And then number three is 92% of greater self uh, acceptance who engage in consistent inner child healing develop a strong self-compassion and acceptance. That is definitely going to help you and your loved one. So I see so many people in the relationship, they both grown up in and there's a trauma growing up and then they gather like together and they have trauma bonding and one person is ready to release but one is not and that create a balance. It's very easy to see one could be just like uh in the basically in that relationship if some person is not ready to like expend themselves because dealing with trauma, if you notice, dealing with traumatized people is create a lot of energy. It require a lot of energy. Just basically feeling a drama. If your friends tell a drama, you may say, "Oh my God, is that real? Is that blah 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 blah?" You're feeling a lot of energy, but you're not getting things back. And I'm not saying everything you need to get it back, but trauma a lot of time when we traumatize anxious we focus on self we forget the whole surrounding things so when you're anxious you are trying to keep you safe so you only focus on self there's a give and take energy in during that relationship during the friendship loved one family doesn't matter. It's there's going to be a balance and give and take. And you if you keep taking or keep giving, there's going to be off the balance and people are just going to feel exhausted. Why people feel like exhausted? That's the whole main reason. And if you have more compassion, self-acceptance, you understand what people doing and understand their perspective, setting a good boundary, and you're going to just kind of like say, okay, this is how much I can do for you. And if you cannot do that, I won't be able to do that for you also. There's going to be a little bit more healthy boundary and balance. Okay, and I put in the link in the bottom. I hope you can see because I know some people will prefer to see the um, research so they can learn more about inner child. Definitely do that if you want to take a screenshot, go for it. And if we were to take a responsibility for our inner child and heal our childhood wound, we would no longer react out our old pattern in pain. This is from Louis Hay, author. You can heal yourself. I absolutely love her. Too bad I found her too late. She's in the other realm, passed away, and she have a book about you can hear yourself, basically talking about all different our body part holding a different emotion we have. And it's kind of similar like a Chinese Eastern medicine. We talking about sometimes you have too much uh fire inside your stomach or too cold and you need to balance out like a tai chi. Tai chi is like a little circle and there's a yin and yang. You need to balance out so you can get the harmony. And she talking about a lot of like how if we don't deal with emotion, also it's very similar to like Gabe, yes, yeah, Gabber Tate earlier I mentioned, and she have like cancer, and then she heal herself, and that's why she get into like a healing journey and research about how our different body part uh connect to a different emotion and thought, which is very interesting because seeing Western finally understand like more acceptance of Eastern medicine culture, which is I absolutely love it. Okay. And why is a mindset is not not going to work for you just alone by itself? Like a lot of people say, okay, just have a positive thought. Just keep thinking positive and that will going to work. But have you noticed if you keep thinking a positive thought and you say this is not going to change it and you getting really, really exhausted and thinking and you have more resistance from I know I don't want to do that again. It doesn't work. Because when your mind is that okay, just say an affirmation, but your body is actually still screaming at you, say, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. Those trapped emotions still inside with you. So just talking about mine is not going to I mean, it could work for a while back, but if we can connect both together, it's going to be more effective to you. And that's why I'm going to share one of the tool I always do when I get anxious and when I get my body's like not safe. This is what I do. And it's very easy. Don't cost you anything. You can do it right now. Just one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. And if you could, you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Hold it 1 second and breathe out. And do it one more time. Breathe in, hold it 1 second, and sigh it off. And we're going to repeat this 5 times. Take a deep breath in, hold it 1 second, and breathe out. Take a deep breath in, hold it 1 second, and sigh it out. Let's do the one last one. Take a deep breath in, feel the body expanded, and sigh it out. Just do this 5 times in a row. It's always help me calm myself and like my heart rate is not as fast as before. And if you say, well, I cannot do this at work, I cannot just close my eyes when I get anxious and touch my heart and belly. Okay, let me tell you, you actually don't need to close your eyes. You could actually just holding one hand in your stomach like that. Like, hold on, like that. Just gently touch your stomach. Okay? And then keep your eyes open. No, and you are sitting on the decks or sitting no one's going to see. And when keep your eyes open, you can just focus on one thing, one island to to like focus on. Like if you have a tree or window you can see, then do that. If you're not, you can focus on the coffee mug on your table. You just need to focus on one item so you don't have so much like stimulation with your surrounding. Focus on one item in doing that breathing exercise. You don't need to sigh out if you feel like people around you might notice you doing something. Just gently breathe out from your mouth. It's totally going to work. And I do this actually when I'm driving too. I have period of time like driving the long distance and then when the traffic jam is so bad and then giving me more anxious when the car start doing crazy things and then when it's so packed, it's giving me anxious. I usually do those and help me like more center to myself, coming back to my body instead of like analyze everything. Okay, I'm in danger, I'm in danger. So to help me to reduce that stimulation surrounding. This is one thing it can help you. And in Awaken Her, we're going to talk about more different tools for help your nervous system from all I've learned these 7 years. And I know it's going to help me. So I'm going to compact all these tools inside Awaken Her to give it to you. So whatever things happen to you, you can try to use one or two, focus one or two first, and then use it for a while. So I kind of set it as a pattern for you. So whenever time that thing triggering you happen, you just your body know, okay, I'm getting back. I know I need to do this, and then getting back to your your whole body instead of okay, I'm in danger. Okay, that's going to be inside Awaken Her. Okay, want to do the go deeper. Before we go in deeper, I want us to do a small meditation together. And if you could, I want you to find a comfortable position and I'm going to stop sharing this for a little bit. And I'm going to turn my camera off and just follow my voice. I'm going to turn music on too. Follow my voice, and then we're going to do a little release emotion for our childhood to help us like feeling lighter and just like heal one part of it. Focus one thing at a time. Okay? 1 second. Okay, let me get my music ready. 1 second. Hmm. When I need the screen, it decide to disappear. Um, oh, there, because it's full screen. Okay, let's start in the meditation sound. Okay, whenever you are ready, I want you to find a comfortable position, either sitting down or laying down. And I want you to put one hand on your chest, your heart center, and one hand on your stomach. And when you are ready, close your eyes. Okay, I want you to imagine there is a sunshine coming down from your head, from your crown, and slowly, slowly filling your whole body, starting from your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, your throat. And then the sunshine light, golden light coming to your heart, your arm, your elbow, your fingers. And then it slowly, slowly expanding to your stomach, to your hip, to your thigh, to your knees, to your calf. And then imagine this line coming down all the way to your foot. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to extend this line all the way to the center of the earth. And imagine this line just like a tree root. Follow all the way down the center of the earth. And the center of the earth send it back a lovely light energy. Is pink and light orange. Back to your feet, back to your calf, back to your thigh, back to your hip, back to your stomach, and back to your heart center. When you are connected when you connect above and below between your heart, we're going to expand in that light like a big giant balloon all around you. Bigger than your whole body. If you have hard time to expend your energy, just take a deep breath in. When you start breathing, you draw more light. And when you breathe out, you expand the light all around you. And expand the light bigger than yourself, bigger than your place you stay in, and bigger than your house, bigger than the country, and bigger than the whole earth, and bigger than the whole universe. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. I want you to notice your body. Notice how you feel right now without judgment. Feeling the weight your body is being supported, and feel the rise and fall of your breath. If there's any tightness sensation, just gently notice it. As you listen to your whole body. Now gently bring your mind to a younger version of you. You see the younger version of you, maybe sitting down on the chair in your room. Just observe it. Do you notice the age of that child? Is it 5 years old or 8 years old? Or could be older? Whatever the age come is naturally is perfect. I want you to just observe it from the outside. You are walking around her to see her. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. Notice what she's wearing. Notice what her posture like. Is she smiling or nervous? Sad? Anger? Or excited? Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Simply just observe her without needing to fix anything. And now I want you gently walk toward to her in your imagination. And you notice she perk up to see you. She smiled at you. Then you feel your warmth. And I want you to say this to her, either loudly or silently in your mind. I see you. You don't need to have to be perfect to be loved. You were never too much. You were never not enough. You are safe with me now. I want you to give her a big, giant hug, holding her tightly. If she wants space or expected to, trust that presence is your healing itself. And imagine when the tensions start to light the weight when you hugging her. It's like evaporate into the air. No matter that tightness is in your stomach or your chest, they are slowly to fade away when you holding her. And while you gently ask her, what do you need to hear that no one said to you back then? And just listen. Maybe you need to hear, you are matter. I am proud of you. You are allowed me to rest. You are loved just as you are. Whatever it comes, just say it to her right now, holding her hand as many times as she needed. Let her receive it and let you receive it. And take a deep breath in and sigh out. Now imagine this little you stepping into your heart space, being whole, safe, and protected, not abandoned, not silence, but love. I want you holding in that energy and pull it back to your heart center, feeling what it's like to be in you on your side, to be your own safe place. As we close, bring your attention back to the room. Wiggle your fingers or your toes. And when you are ready, open your eyes now. And remember, you can return to her anytime. She always waiting for you to come home. How is the meditation goes? I'm sorry, my dog is elderly, so she can't cough a lot and she can help herself. But I'm going to record separate this meditation for you only join for this workshop. If you join this workshop, I'm going to send it out to you. So you can redo that for this couple of days and see that what happened. If you have any message coming from the when you imagine that little girl of you, please make sure you write down in the journal because that's going to help you so much. Because a lot of time we actually forget how much things emotional like stuck the emotional we didn't resolve when as a child kind of stuck in some part of our body and we kind of forget about it. And because we forget about it, then it's easier to deal with. Then we don't need to look into it. And but when you pay more attention to it, then there's a pattern and stuff will coming out. And your higher self and guidance going to show telling you things you need to address. So please write it thing down so we can like kind of go back to look into it and help you address or knowing that that part of you don't trigger you and don't worry about anymore. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna definitely do the meditation recording separate without any distraction. That will definitely help. But my dog is like my little partner just like to follow me around, so it's kind of hard to keep her out the room. Okay, if you are interested in go deeper, because we are not just going to heal your inner child, we're also going to talk about your triggering, how to trust your voice, and set it on the healthy boundary without feeling guilt, and reclaim the body and mind with yourself, and stop over performing to feel worthy. If that's interesting for you, and I would like to share my 8 weeks life transformation coaching program. Each week we have a different subject, and all this subject is talking about uh mainly for healing our traumatized wound. the hidden truth of why you still stuck, and a lot of times come from childhood. And so we're going to look into each single part of it, dig it out, and kind of release it, and kind of basically see how we can refrain and help us feel better. And the sneaky way the guilt keep having you to say yes when you mean to say no. And we know all going to know when we say yes and when we don't want to say no is actually part of people pleasing. And people pleasing also linked to abandonment trauma. So we're going to look into that also. Number three is week three, how to speak your truth without spiral your self-doubt. So if you have overthinking, have a negative self-talk quite often, then this way is going to help for you. Number four is what no one tell you about setting boundaries actually hold beside to keep your in excuse me. Decide to keep yourself the energy balance. There's a boundary in the whole surrounding with you. It's going to help you for your general relationship and your personal growth. Oops. Oh. Week five. I keep saying number five. The secret soul deep confidence that doesn't depend on others. So if you constantly would like approval from someone else or permission for someone else to actually pursue something, this way is particularly for you. Week six, a quickest way to make align your career and life decision without fear. So I'm going to talk about what is you driving you your passion by the society to keep you saying doing the other ones actually going to be safe. You're going to be that path is particularly successful for you, but and also those things change. Like I love design. I pursue design, but slowly changed to be programming, and then slowly changed to be mindset coach because going through all those hard time, I want to help other women too. So those things does change, but how we going to listen, trust ourselves in the self, and then pursue something our come here supposed to do is this is the week for you. Number seven is healthy expert don't tell you about breaking the relationship pattern. And this pattern is also talking about family, friends, overtaker, how you're going to protect yourself and how you keep that relationship more healthy. And sometimes you do need to cut that relationship out of your life. And I know it's not going to be easy, but sometimes there's a way to keep yourself peace and your personal growth. Number eight is an easy way to step into who you are, no longer going to shrink yourself to be loved. Stop to act like you are someone else because you know that's what they think they will love, I would say. And I know we all done this before when we're younger and pretending some music we don't like so we can fit in particularly group. And especially in high school, you just want to join a group you don't want to be left out. And how we step into our true self and then stop like pretending someone else and fit in the wrong group is not going to help you your personal growth and your alignment. And that toward the end, you're just going to feel like more tired. And then you spend all those energy to build that relationship doesn't really last because when there's something happen, that relationship break very easily because it's not real. And I I'm pretty sure if you adult now, you probably facing couple of those. You see like people did not get any benefit from you now, they just slowly drop out. And then you just finally realize, oh, well, our relationship is just because that particular reason. And then you would be easier to filter out people in and out and start to more detached for those particular outcome. Okay. So if you are joined early, there's extra bonus for you for early bird. So you will get a bonus for I don't have time. A lot of time people say mindset is always the last thing they take care of because they say, well, mindset is just like a thing we cannot hold, cannot touch, cannot like put on the paper and give me the grade, give me the thing to actually show me the thing so I can say present it to someone else. That's how much my goal. The only thing you know. So a lot of time I hear is I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to read the book. I don't have time. But we spend all this time playing social media, doom scrolling before the bed, sometimes hours, like hour and a half, 2 hours, and then you realize that it's midnight. You really don't have time to do it. That's totally not true. And we all know it's not true. So how we going to reset that little pattern? We're going to do that in here. Number two is to rewire your inner critique. If you like to critique yourself, if you grown up a high pressure family, always keep chasing your goal, and if you didn't make that, that self-critiques pretty easily to jump out and talk you down about it. This is the part for you to help you reset it. And we're not stopping there. Number three is self-worthy century. So how we're going to have a journal prompt in PDF for you to download to write it out. And during the live call, I would like to choose a couple people hot seat to address the thing they write down. So how we can reframe those story being stuck in with us. And self-worth is a lot of time we learn from, okay, parents didn't say like we're not particularly good enough for some particular thing we actually thought is true, but is it really true? And we're going to take a look about that and to help you address those like, oh, I need to be worth it. Those kind of like emotion pile up. Those lower emotion keep us dense, heavy, and like uh, feel not great, we're going to basically release this in this 8 weeks in the bonus section also. Number four, you get lifetime access and future update. So you basically all the thing I learned, I'm going to pack inside here the 7 years all this experience and then tools I find out work the best for my client. I'm going to share all this tool inside this awaken her in here, and you get future update too. So it's basically the one-time investment for your personal growth for you. So here's the awaken her. If you are interested, you can sign on the wait list and in my website called with rubychin.com. The 8 weeks live coaching program start at August 5th. We kick in August 5th, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. During the live call, the maximum people I have this time cohort is 20 people. So I would like to keep this small and tight so we can share the deepest things and then we can address those. Like, so it will be a not intimate, intimacy kind of a session, a group so I can help you address more personally. And if you need to message me on the Instagram, feel free to check out my page. I share mindset tip, my personal story in my website, but sorry, social media with Rubychan. Same thing with TikTok or the what's that called? YouTube. So, oh, the email is actually wrong. It's called Hi Ruby. Sorry, I need to retype that. It's hi with rubychen.com. And so if you sign up the early bird waitlist, you will receive all those extra bonus and the hold on, in the lifetime access and future update too. So I hope this help for you. Will be on for hour and a half. I'm surprised. I was trying to keep it for 1 hour. So real life shifts happen if you feel these couple things. And I know it's harder. The mindset thing is like harder to measure, so people really like to just ignore it. You generally feel calmer instead of being triggered. I remember a lot of time previously, I get triggered very often. And I get really upset very often. Now I'm just more calm and be a more observer side. And when you're calmer, you can think better. You make decision better also. Say no without guilt and trusting yourself in your relationship. Breaking that I am not good enough cycle and pattern or not worthy stuckness with you. Okay. And then toward the end, I want you to try those affirmation, three things, very simple. And do not tell me you don't have time. It's basically for 5 seconds. And like you to do morning, lunch, and before you go to bed. And then let's kind of test out how after 7 days and let me know how does it feel for you after. So 13, very simple. I am enough. I am love. I am worthy. In the beginning, you're going to say, ugh, that's so cheesy. That's, ugh, I don't feel like it's true. But it's okay. If you don't feel it's true, it's totally fine. Just trying to see, try to say it's 2 to 3 days and see if it change for you. If it not, we can try different affirmation to test out. But if you don't try, you wouldn't know. Okay, let's just kind of like a playing again and see how that turned out to you. Okay, any questions? Questions. Let me check. Okay, eight. Double checking the YouTube live chat. Okay, I appreciate you spending time here with me for hour and a half. I was trying to do 1 hour. I hope this is helpful. And I'm going to re-record the meditation part for this workshop so you can re-listen it. And the replay is going to take down before 20th. So you have plenty of time to redress all your inner child wound. And let me know if you have any question. I appreciate you here. Have a good one. Bye.